Please look around you and notice where the exits are located. They're on the bottom floor to my right and my left, and on the second level, right and left, and in the rear. Please be seated. Emergency personnel on duty to assist you should the need arise. The candidates for degrees within view of their families and other guests are here assembled to be recognized for having stayed the course of academic rigor in accordance with the procedures and policies of North Carolina Central University. They are the honorees for this hour. Please join me in applauding them. I declare our 112th commencement exercises open, and it gives me great pleasure to present to you the Chancellor of North Carolina Central University, Chancellor Charlie Nance.
Good morning. Come on, talk to me. Good morning. Thank you very much. There are two solemn special occasions in the life of a university. One is the celebration of Founders Day, and the second is the celebration of Commencement. I have a simple and straightforward request to make of everyone assembled here. Turn off everything with a ring, a buzz, and a horn. Secondly, put away your whistles. Third, refrain from becoming so excited that you interfere with the opportunity for other people to enjoy today's celebration. If you have any difficulty with complying with that, we invite you to leave now. That's a serious request. Leave now if you cannot comply with those requests. Failure to do so would lead to my gently and politely interrupting the ceremony and asking that you be escorted from the facility. There are people who have devoted enormous amounts of time, made great investments to get to this moment. And I would ask that we show our respect for each other by enjoying the ceremony as one. Thank you so very much. I am pleased to welcome you to the University's Fall 2008 Commencement Ceremony. My sincere thanks go to the faculty and staff for their hard work in making this day a reality. For this, the largest class of fall graduates in the history of NCCU. If any of you have doubts, let me assure you that this degree will change the course of your lives. If you don't believe it, just listen to the stories of a few of your classmates here today. Reginald Holt is graduating magna cum laude with a degree, Bachelor of Science in Biology with a concentration in biopharmaceutical science from our BRIGHT program. When you have a wife and 2 children to support and you're in your 40s, it takes courage to quit your job and plunge into subjects like quantitative analysis, physics, and biochemistry. But taking that risk paid off. In his life before higher education, Reggie was working all the time trying to support his family. He said, quote, "I used to get pictures of what my wife and kids did on weekends because I was never there. I was working in retail sales, and that meant working a lot of late nights, weekends, and holidays. End of quote. So Reggie went back to school and earned his associate's degree at a community college, but that didn't take him where he wanted to go. He said, quote, "My 2-year degree at Wake Tech gained me an entry-level manufacturing job. I knew I could do better. I had to go back to school for my degree. The only thing stopping me was fear." End of quote. Well, Reggie didn't let fear of failure stop him. Now he's working at Merck's vaccine facility as an employee development coordinator. He says, quote, I enjoy coming to work every day, and this is just the beginning." End of quote. This degree changed the course of his life. Congratulations to you, Reggie. Will you stand, please, Reggie? Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. She watched as the promotions went to colleagues with academic degrees. Then Anita Marks, a 40-something single mother of 2, decided to enroll in a hospitality and tourism administration program. Anita said, quote, "One day I looked at myself. I thought, I have the skills. I really need to go back to school." End of quote. She also had to face down fear, saying, quote, "I was scared out of my mind. I was going to school with people my daughter's age." End of quote. Anita worked at a job in addition to industry placement coursework required by her bachelor's program. All the while, she had to cope with her own daughter's long-term illness and an elementary-aged son. Today, Marks is graduating at the top of the class, magna cum laude, and plans to attend graduate school in our public administration program. This degree, Anita, will change the rest of your life. Will you please stand and let us applaud you? Now I want to tell you about Orlandis Perry. He was just 18 years old and a senior in high school in Bond, North Carolina, when his son was born. He had given up on the idea of university, but his sister wouldn't have it. She insisted Orlandis pursue his education. It was tough juggling the demands of school while commuting to see his girlfriend and child in Tarboro. Later, having married, it was even harder for him to focus on his degree when his second child was born last February. But today, Orlandis is graduating at the top of the class, magna cum laude, with a degree in jazz studies. A jazz drama, Orlandis is planning to enter our new master's program in jazz studies next fall. In the future, he intends to compose and arrange jazz and gospel music. Orlandis, this degree will change your life for the rest of your life. Will you stand and let us applaud you? The final group that I have a group story that I just have to tell. And I met this group of people at a reception last night. 16 teachers, 16 educators who decided to pursue a master's degree in curriculum and instruction and elementary education. 16 of them. 11 from Warren County schools. 11 from Warren County schools. In that group, there's a set 37-year educator. The mother of the group, she told me. A 37-year educator. I want the people from Warren County schools who are receiving the degree today to please stand and let us thank you for being here. Will you please stand? Thank you so very much. Reggie, Anita, Orlandis, the group of teachers and administrators, counselors, group from Warren County and other counties and other cities in North Carolina, you didn't make it here on your own. I know you're smart, you're energetic, you're focused, you're passionate, But you didn't get here on your own. All of you graduates, whether I call your name or not, know full well you wouldn't be here if it weren't for a force and a source greater than yourselves. And so I ask you now if you will stand and thank the people who made it possible for you to be here. Stand, graduates, and thank your family and friends. Thank you. You may be seated. Reverend Schultz.
Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? In a few minutes, somebody is going to be calling your name. And it's an exciting, a joyous occasion for all of us. But the other lyric in that spiritual may be a source of annoyance. How many times have you been asked by Uncle Fred or Grandma, what are you going to do? Anybody ever been asked that question in the last month? Do I have a witness? And sometimes that's annoying because we've got eyes. We see what's happening on CNN and MSNBC, that our economy isn't that terrific right now. But something else is happening in our country. Hope has arrived. And so it's like Charles Dickens says, the best of times and the worst of times. But I think that question in the spiritual is not about what you're going to do for your occupation. It's more about what are you going to be in your occupation. How are you going to be a person who works for the common good, not just yourself? Our world is yearning for people who care about one another and reach out to help. And my hope for you is that is who you will be. And that you will be the fulfillment of the dream that Dr. King sang in his favorite hymn. If I can help somebody as I travel along, then my living shall not be in vain. Let the church say, amen.
We will now have greetings. First, by the Secretary of the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, my colleague and friend Bart Cargnati, followed by the Chair of the Board of Trustees at North Carolina Central University, the Board Chair, Mrs. Kay Thomas.
Good morning. Chairman Thomas, Chancellor Nelms, Reverend Schultz, Attorney Russell McLeod, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and students of North Carolina Central University, with a very, very special recognition in the class of 2008, who will receive degrees today. I also want to acknowledge their family and friends, members of the community, ladies and gentlemen. During this joyous season, we hear the faculty and staff caroling about the accomplishments of another successful graduating class, and we hear parents rejoicing over their accomplishments. On the behalf of Chairman Hannah Gage and the University of North Carolina Board of Governors, and President Erskine Bowles and the General Administration, I wish to congratulate each and every one of you, your families, and wish you every success in the future. It's a delight today for me to share the platform with Valeria Lee, who will receive an honorary degree later in the program. She is one proud eagle, having earned her undergraduate degree from your great university, served as a member of your Board of Trustees for 2 distinguished terms, and played a prominent role as the past president of the Golden Leaf Foundation in funding the creation and recent dedication and opening of the Bright Building. Congratulations to North Carolina Central University and those whose vision led the way for this important biotechnology initiative. Graduates, the experiences learned during your time at North Carolina Central University will resonate throughout your life. The University of North Carolina salutes your hard work, applauds your accomplishments, and looks forward to your contributions to our university, our state, and our nation. May this special moment live always in your heart. We wish you Godspeed, fair winds, and following seas in all of your endeavors. Thank you.
Good morning. Dr. Nelms, platform guests, faculty, students. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Central University, I would like to welcome you and offer congratulations to the graduates of December 2008. Members of the board who are here today include Ed Stewart, Dr. Dwight Perry, Kent Williams, and if there are others, would all of you please stand at this time to be recognized? Let's give them a round of applause. Graduates, the years that you have been studying here at North Carolina Central University have been some of the most tumultuous in our nation's history. As university degree recipients, you have a special responsibility to use the analytical skills you have acquired here to sift through the media, to find the truth, to champion the cause of justice. Be mindful of your responsibility as educated citizens to pay attention, to vote, and to speak truth to power. The failures of the last several years are not one man's alone. We must all ask ourselves, what more could I have done? As you leave this building today, be resolved to serve the poor, to promote peace, to restore the environment, and to protect the Constitution of these United States. It's a tall order, but we, the members of the Board of Trustees, believe that North Carolina Central University has prepared you to meet the challenges that you will face. The Board of Trustees wish you good luck, congratulate you for a job well done. Thank you.
Will you now welcome Ms. Shanice Simmons and Ms. Miranda Levert for greetings.
Greetings, graduates. My name is Shawnee Simmons, and I'm your senior class president for 2008 and 2009. I welcome all friends, family, faculty, staff, and alumni to the December graduation. It is an honor for me to stand before you as the president of this graduating senior class of 2008. For many of you, it has been a long journey to reach this point. Yeah, through the years of trials and tribulations, you have made it. This is your day, so stand tall with your head held high, knowing that you have accomplished what generations of African Americans have fought for, and that the right to attain a higher education. So now it is time to move on to the next step, while never forgetting those who helped you get here, and the wonderful university that has molded you. Now, even though many of you are stepping out into uncertainty that the world has to offer, always remember that it states in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." So you are prepared now to soar above and beyond eagles. I love you, and I thank you, and congratulations.
Good morning. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Graduate Student Association. As graduate students, we've had to balance our studies along with work and our families, and we appreciate the love and support given by our families and friends throughout this journey. To the Chancellor, faculty, staff, and those who served as mentors, the time and energy that you've invested has not gone unnoticed. We are grateful for your guidance and for the opportunities afforded to us within our programs, for we have been given a challenging yet inspiring educational experience. To the Department of Counselor Education, you all have unique styles that you bring to the classroom, and I, as well as my fellow classmates, value those unique styles and feel that we've gained the necessary skills to become competent counselors. When asked to speak on behalf of the Graduate Student Association, Dean Murray asked that I might include someone who had been most inspiring, most influential throughout my graduate school experience. And I thought to myself, it is you. Dean Murray, you have been a mentor, friend, and like family. From day one, you never hesitated to tell me the truth about anything, and you have always given me a hard time. But it was because you saw my potential. So I thank you for all of your help, support, and your tough love. Fellow graduates, we've worked hard, earned the grades, and met the requirements of our respective programs. So now, today is our day to celebrate this wonderful milestone. We leave in confidence, knowing we've been educated by the best and are prepared for what lies ahead. This is not the end. There are many more milestones to pass and lots of work to do. Yet we are ready. May we all savor this moment and live our lives to the fullest. Congratulations, graduates.
Now it is a special privilege and a treat for me to recognize our platform guests, many of whom you will hear from later, in addition to those you've already heard from. I'd like to recognize our faculty. None of this would be possible without faculty members. I say you need two things to have at a university. You must have a faculty and you must have students. All the rest of us are dispensable. Not indispensable, but dispensable. So will our faculty please stand for our greeting. Thank you so very much. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to recognize former chancellors and former first ladies, members of the Board of Governors. You've already been introduced to our Board of Trustees, county commissioners, retirees of the university, NCCU alumni, elected local, state, and national officials, members of the clergy, persons serving in the military, and the First Lady of North Carolina Central University, Ms. Janetta Sherrod Nelms. Thanks to each of you, all of you, for being here. Thank you so very much. We will now hear the most melodious music from the greatest choir in the world, the North Carolina Central University Choir, with the rendition of Omnipotence. will you join me in giving the appropriate round of applause to this wonderful choir? Please join me in a wonderful round. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Printed in your program are some introductory remarks regarding our speaker. So I'm not going to read those, but I want to say this. In this complicated, challenging world, you have enough to deal with. You don't need to set up hurdles for yourself. If you have issues, you need to clear them out of your way because this life is going to take your full attention. We have a dynamic speaker here today who's going to show you the way to do that. The author of a wonderful book, A is for Attitude, attorney Patricia Russell McLeod, will help you to, quote, make the decision to grab hold of the master controls and move forward with your life, end of quote. Will you please join me in a North Carolina Central University welcome to our speaker, attorney Russell McLeod.
Extra, extra, read all about it. It's graduation day and we feel nothing but pride and joy. You are the graduates who arrived early and stayed late, and now it's time to cross the finish line. You are those who have come from the north and the south and the east and the west, some in wheelchairs and some on canes. You have made us deservedly proud. You are those who have moved from but for to notwithstanding, because you are those who about many said you never would have made it, and you made it anyhow. And now it's graduation day, and we feel nothing but pride and joy. You are the millennials destined to succeed, confident and connected. You were raised to build communities, and you know that you can do it. You're the hottest commodity for the job market, sociable and optimistic and talented and well-educated. You're open-minded and influential. You are those who are achievement-oriented. You're connected 24/7. You have 97% of you own a computer and 94 own a cell phone. Can you hear me now? 76% of you engage in instant messaging, and 28% own a blog. You are those who download music and have a video device of one kind or another in that special. You understand that knowledge is power, and information is a positive response to a negative threat. And you know that that which you don't know will hurt you. Ignorance is not bliss, it is destructive. And if you think education is expensive, what is it that ignorance is going to cost us? You know that leaders are not made. Leaders come through their birth and then they grow into leadership. Excellence is a performance. It is not personality. Excellence is not effort. It is results. And achievement comes from those who understand that good intentions will never suffice when a backbone is required. So graduates, great minds discuss world ideas, and mediocre minds discuss domestic events. But small minds discuss personalities and leave the thinking and the planning and the strategizing to somebody else, and then they complain about the results. And now there will be those who call the thinkers and the doers and the graduates, they will call you nerds. But be a nerd, because guess what? Today you are not those who have matriculated, you are those who will graduate. You are those who will go to graduate school and have your own businesses and take your place in the world. And although the list is endless, my time is not, so I will just say, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Graduates, if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if gladly you'll sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, if you'll simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold nor famine nor gaunt nor sickness nor pain or body or brain, if none of those things can keep you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and grim you will besiege and beset it, surely you will get it. Go for it, because today, 2008 graduates, extra, extra, read all about it. It's graduation day, and we feel nothing but pride and joy. Good morning. To the community of faith and to the Chancellor, distinguished and distinct Dr. Charlie Nelms, North Carolina Central University, to the interim provost, Dr. Bernice Duffy Johnson, and to our outstanding board of trustees, to all of the administrators, faculty, staff, and alumni, and a particular tribute to my longtime friend, Dr. Deidre Guyon, Department of Business, to the graduates, winter class of 2008, dedicated, determined scholars, families and friends, supporters who have come from near and distant places, organizations, associations, and groups who have come in your individual and representative capacities, to my sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, Panhellenic family, the Links Incorporated, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud and pleased to share this auspicious occasion. Graduates, think about it in the future. What will it be that you think about the most? Will it be graduation day, or your wedding day, or the date of your first child? Will it be the birth of your grandchildren, or will you remember the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy or his brother Robert Kennedy, or will it be the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King? Will it be the shuttle explosion of Challenger, or the Twin Towers, the terrorist attack on 9/11? Will it be Hurricane Katrina's or Rita in New Orleans or the Gulf Coast? Or will it be the day you pay off all of your student loans? Or will it be the recollection of how you felt on November the 4th, 2008, when the world stood still? African-American President Barack Obama, and North Carolina became a blue state. So today, for the few moments that are mine, I want to speak on the topic, mountain, get out of my way. Say that, graduates, mountain, what? Get out of my way. Because personally and professionally, you're going to have challenges. You will be those who will turn stumbling blocks into stepping stones and obstacles into opportunities. You will turn barriers into benchmarks. You'll turn a vice into a victory. You'll turn trash into treasure and a mess into a miracle. And even when you believe you've reached the end of your rope, you'll have to tie a knot and hold on. You will have to lean back and say, mountain, get out of my way. I have a fascination with mountains because all I do is travel. And then you look across the world, Mount Everest in Asia, and Mount McKinley in North America, and Kilimanjaro in Africa, and Lake Tahoe out in California, and more. So many more. I'm a lawyer, and lawyers deal a great deal with facts. And facts will tell you what happened, and when it happened, and how it happened, and who it happened to. So graduates, you have to be the change that you want to see in the world. And then you look at the evidence which will buttress our facts, because you have to find that something within that no one can affect from without. Because I'm suggesting to you that you're not a footnote. You're not an add-on. You're not an appendage. You're key and mainstream and central. I'm suggesting that on a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 is high, you're at least 350. And finally, when you're going through life, you have to have chutzpah and guts and mother wit and common sense, and you have to have fortitude and persistence and be willing to never give up. Never give up, because you see, I don't know, but you know. I don't know, but you know. You know when your professors didn't seem to get it. You know when you thought you had made an A+ and you came out with a C+ average. Hello? I don't know, but you know when you showed up for class and asked whether your presence was extra credit. I don't know, but you know what it meant to have a plate that became a platter when you were trying to balance everything. You were trying to balance your curriculum and all the hours that you were taking, debate club and choir and band and drama and student government and yearbook. And although the list is endless, you know that learning is not a spectator sport. It is to go into class to find the meaning of the lesson and not lessen the meaning of the assignment. I don't know, but you know when the relationship failed and it became a he said, she said, when you learned that everybody can't be a part of your posse. I don't know, but you know when you finally finished your paper outline and you had the footnotes and the appendices and the index, and then your computer crashed and you were just getting ready to save it on an extra disk. I know that you have to go into class to find the meaning of the lesson. You have to listen to learn and respond in reason and not rhetoric, and deal with substance and not substitutes, because a life is something that you experience, whereas college is something that you complete. Some of you will be Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude, and some will be summa cum laude, and some will be, oh, Lordy, Lord, thank you, Lord. Some of you are first-generation college, and some of you come from a long line of graduates. I'm first-generation college. I want you to understand I didn't wake up a lawyer. You see, my whole neighborhood turned out when it was time for me to go to school. And my parents said, Patty, be somebody. I said, be what? They said, be somebody. When I went off to school, I didn't have a car to drive, but my feet got me to class just fine. I did not have any electronic devices to compute, but I can tell you that I did it in my 3-ring notebook. And may I tell you, I didn't have fine rugs to put on my floor, and I didn't have fine art to put on my wall. But 4 years later, while some tried to play bid whiz to get out, while some tried to debate to get out, while some tried to make a deal, can we get out? May I suggest to you, I put my degree under my arm and I marched out. Freedom from ignorance is education. We need fresh thinking. We need you to move from shallowness, from superficiality, from suspectability to crass manipulation. We need you to engage in artistic and scientific, political and economic and moral, spiritual life. We need you to be task-oriented. We need you to be critical thinkers, to compute and calculate and comprehend, because, as Voltaire says, we need you to have judgment and common sense, which has been too often in short supply. We need you to have, as educated people, a freedom of inquiry, preparation and competence and motivation, because now you've learned that a C will not see you through. Let me tell you, this is a true story. Seniors were graduating, males, and they had partied hardy off campus, another homecoming, not theirs. And they had they just were having the best time. They were A students. They had passed every lab, every midterm. They were A students. And they said, let's tell the prof that we had a flat tire with no spare. And they said, no problem. They were going to go back and tell the professor. And they wanted to take their exam on Tuesday, not Monday, because they were tired from partying so hardy. And the professor said, no problem, because guess what? You're A students. I'll put you in 4 different rooms, give you a blue book, and you guys are fine. It's no problem. And they laughed and partied some more. Tuesday came. They were in 4 different rooms. They got the blue book, and it said, the first problem, 15 points. And they laughed to themselves. They said, we're going to ace them out of here. They turned over. The next question was 85 points. It said, you had a flat tire with no spare. Which tire was it? You can know everything and still fail the test. You can know everything and still fail the test. Education is freedom of service. Because people want to know that you care before they care what you know. Love is not what makes the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. So, graduates, America's first and only place in the world is a question mark. No longer is it a period. Intellectual capital is in. Brains are in. Now there's going to be one billboard globally, and it's simply going to read, if you can't deliver, don't advertise. I work a lot for NASA. And I was there and I said, look, I'm going to be over at North Carolina Central and I'm commencement speaker. I told the physicists, I said, give me a word about the human mind, because I'm going to be with these scholars, the largest class. I want them to know about the human mind. He wanted you to know that the human being is a self-balancing 28-jointed adapted base biped. It has an electrochemical reduction plant that's integrated with segregated states of special energy extracts with storage batteries. The mind has a subsequent activation system with hydraulic pumps with motors attached. The mind has 62,000 miles of capillaries with a whole extraordinary complex mechanism. It's guided with exquisite precision. It has a telescopic and a microscopic range finder. It has a spectroscope with a main fuel intake and exhaust system. So may I suggest to you, graduates, that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Dr. Philip Harder at Stanford said, what if the whole world was reduced to just 100 people? What would it look like? This is the world you're going to live in. There'll be 57 who are Asians and 21 Europeans. 14 will be from the Western Hemisphere and 8 will be African. 52 will be female and 48 will be male. 70 will be non-Christian and 30 will be white. 70 will be non-white and 89 will be heterosexual and 11 will be lesbian or gay. 6 people will possess 59% of the world's wealth, and 80 will live in substandard housing. 70 will be unable to read. 50 will suffer from malnutrition. 1 will be near death, and 1 will have a college education. And only 1 will know how to use a computer. So graduates, if you think that you're leading and you look back and nobody's following, perhaps you're just out for a walk. Mounted, get out of my way. Because now we have platforms and agendas and a lot of responsibility. The elementary school teacher asked, do you know there are more twins being born today? Little girl raised her hand. She said, do you really know? She said, yes, I know. She said, do you really know why more twins are being born today? She said, I know. She said, well, then tell the class. She said, because they're scared to come up in here by themselves. We're at two wars, Iraq and Afghanistan, mortgage foreclosures, and we need critical thinkers right now because educationally, economically, and business, we know now that the gap is tremendous because now $1 will go a very long way. You can carry it around for days without finding anything that it will buy. Families are fragmented and frail. And we need children in school and not out, focused and not fragmented. We need them excelling when not with excuses. Because any person who is denied denies us all. So, graduates, there is not an expectation of indifference. We expect you not to come forward, whatever. No. The lines between light and darkness, dusk and dawn, crime and punishment, right and wrong and action lie within your ranks. So don't get weary. Be bold. Be courageous. And be a risk taker. Don't whine because whining won't get you there. Turn your wounds into wisdom. In other words, don't be scared. Say what you mean. Mean what you say. Know that your word is your bond. And lead by example, because Langston Hughes put it this way: life for me ain't been no crystal stand. It's had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and sometimes there have been places on the floor where there ain't been no carpet. It's been bare. But all the time I've been climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners, and sometimes I've been going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So don't you sit down on those steps because you find it's kind of hard. I'm going on, honey. I'm still climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, and life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Don't let anybody turn you around. Don't let anybody break your spirit. Don't let anybody paralyze your mind, because Crispus Attucks fell so that Frederick Douglass could say, in life, you may not get everything you work for, but you're going to work for everything you get. Rosa Parks said it so that you could stand up and walk across this stage today. Fannie Lou Hamer told us that she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. marched so that President-elect Barack Obama could run. And he was able to run so that the class of 2008 from North Carolina Central University could fly. And so, graduates, you say, why? Because every 24 hours, the whole world rotates over the person who thought he or she was sitting on top of it. So I want to thank you globally, not domestically. I want to thank you globally for your excellence, for your dedication, for your fortitude. If I were French, I would say thank you by saying merci beaucoup. If I was saying thank you in Spanish, I would say muchas gracias. If I were thanking you in Danish, I would say de rien. If I were thanking you in German, I would say danke schön. If I were thanking you in Nigerian, I would say ka. If I were thanking you in Yoruba, I would say ose. If I were thanking you in Haitian, I would say merci beaucoup. If I were thanking you in Russian, I would say spasibo. If I were thanking you in Chinese, I would say unge. If I were thanking you in Korean, I would say kumsumdene. If I were thanking you in the Chinese Mandarin, I would say shia. If I were thanking you in Cherokee, I would say wado. If I were thanking you in Hebrew, I would say shukran. If I were thanking you in American Sign Language, I would say if I were thanking you in Italian, I would say Mille Grazia, Infinita, North Carolina Central University, class of 2008. But since I am what I am, a little black girl growing up in Indianapolis, now living in Atlanta, Georgia, where we speak in Southern dialect, I'd say thank you here. Thank you for knowing and understanding that when they ask whether you can or not, tell them never, 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 never give up. Just lean back and say, mountain, get out of my way.
Let's do a round of applause. How about that? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, there are a few things I can guarantee, but I guarantee you will never forget this commencement address. Thank you not only for what you said, but how you said what you said and the passion with which you did it. Thank you so very much. All students who are graduating with honors will now be recognized, and I call upon Dr. Bernie Stuffy Johnson, Interim Provost, to introduce them.
Will all students graduating with honors please stand? North Carolina Central University is proud to congratulate all of its graduates and to offer gratitude to all those who have made this day a momentous occasion for them. We pause now to especially recognize those students who have excelled academically, placing them in this special classification of honor students. To you, honor students, we say thanks for your high academic achievement. We celebrate that achievement as you fulfill the essential purpose of higher education and inspire those who follow you. From its beginning as the National Training Religious School and Chautauqua, this institution has grown tremendously, but has held to its primary mission of academic excellence and education for service. It is your good fortune to be here today as beneficiaries of a legacy of vision, sacrifice, and achievement. Again, congratulations on your outstanding academic performance, and may you continue to soar high with the eagles. Who can predict to what heights you can and will soar? Please be seated.
It gives me great pleasure, and I mean great pleasure, to present the Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa to NCC alumna Valeria Lee. Valeria Lee. Ms. Lee has led an exemplary life of service. In her inaugural presidency of the Golden Leaf Foundation, she helped develop the infrastructure for a thriving biomanufacturing industry that will do much to ensure the future of the health of the economy of our state and our nation. Students like our own Reggie Holt have already benefited from the establishment of the Biomanufacturing Research Institute and Technology Enterprise on our campus. The state-of-the-art Bright facility represents an investment of $21.6 million by the Golden Leaf in North Carolina Central University. Without Ms. Lee at the helm of the Golden Leaf, this university likely would not have been chosen to house the management and development for this growing industry. We ask Valeria's old friend and NCCU board member, Benella Jackson Ransom, what it was about Valeria that made her so successful. She said, quote, "Valeria is a self-starter and a finisher. She would take on a responsibility, see it through, and get it done no matter what it was," end of quote. I suggest to you that it didn't hurt, that she was really smart too. Ms. Lee first arrived at North Carolina College at the age of 16, and she completed her degree, a 4-year baccalaureate degree, in 3 years. I'm grateful for the opportunity to present the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and a citation to Ms. Valeria Lee. Valeria, will you come forward, please?
Chancellor Nelms asked me if I would like to have a word, and it's hard for me to speak now because I'm so moved and so grateful for this award and this honor. In 1961, when I was in this place, receiving my baccalaureate degree with my mom and dad, who was so very proud of me, I never knew that I would stand before you and say, thank you for this honorary doctorate. I have family here today, and they have stood by me and with me. I have friends who have done the same. This university is very important to me, and it has been the basis upon which I've been able to draw and have any success that I have had in my career. To the graduates today, I say congratulations, and I'm just honored to be with you. And having grown up in a rural community, on a small farm, been a part of a family that valued education, but many in my family had little schooling. They were real smart, but they didn't have much schooling. I can say to you that you have to set your limits. You can move those mountains. and you can do what it is in your heart that will make a difference. I'm honored. I thank the whole university family for giving me this award. Thank you.
Conferring of graduate and professional degrees will now take place, and I would like to call to the podium graduate and professional. First of all, I want to do something that I think is appropriate. We all make mistakes, and I suggested earlier that you needed a student and a faculty member to have a university, and I didn't want to give the impression that somehow all of the rest of these people are dispensable, because you're not. And these people are called deans and vice chancellors and all of these people. And I want these people just to stand and take a bow, because they're the people who really, really make things work for us. So will you applaud our deans? Yeah. And staff. Dean, staff, all members. You already seated. Okay, you're in good shape. Dr. Johnson, will you come now for the conferral of the degrees there? Thank you.
Chancellor Nams, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by the several graduate and professional schools of North Carolina Central University, and have been certified by the registrar, approved and recommended by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to be awarded the appropriate graduate degrees. With the summa cum laude candidates for the degree of Master of Art, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of School Administration, Master of Information Science, Master of Library Science, and Juris Doctor, please stand and remain standing. With the magna cum laude candidates in those same degree programs, please stand and remain standing. With the cum laude candidates in those same degree programs, please stand and remain standing. Would all other candidates for the same degree programs please stand and remain standing. Chancellor Nams, it is with pleasure that I present to you these candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation in their respective academic programs. They have been certified by the registrar, approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees, and are now commended to you for conferral of the graduate degrees, Master of Arts, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, Master of Teaching, Master of Education, Master of School Administration, Master of Information Science, Master of Library Science, and Juris Doctor.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the North Carolina Central University Board of Trustees and the University of North Carolina Board of Governors, I do hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have qualified with all of the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Dr. Percy Murray, Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Bejoy Sahu, Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Cecilia Stepp Jones, Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Irene Owens, Dean of the School of Library and Information Sciences, and Attorney Linda Fowler Sims, Associate Dean of the School of Law, will announce the candidates for graduate and professional degrees in their respective colleges or schools. Dr. Murray.
Will the candidates for Master of Arts, Master of Public Administration, and Master of Science in the College of Behavioral and Social Sciences please stand, turn and hood the person to your left, then move to the platform.
James Spivey, Geneva Farrington, Crystal Fox, Stephanie Nance, Amir Kenshin, Angel Baskerville, Antoinette St. Clair, Brian Horn, Calvin Bong, Tanya Battle, Melissa Cozart, Alfreda Barnett, Ayana Lightfoot, Karen Simon, Marion Lamberth, Monique Gabrielle, Teresa Turner, Selena Mack, Regina Moore, Yolanda Morris, Glenwood Williams, Stevie Lawrence, Alan Ingram, James Good, Reginald Bowie, Joy Mickle, Amberly Plummer, Joy Mayhew, Edna Rouse. Jamie Marshburn. Intu Ford. Susan Hildebrand.
Please be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in the College of Liberal Arts please stand, turn and hood the person to your left, then move to the platform.
Brandy Jones Bullock. Joel B. Hare. Anitra G. Lewis. Kimberly M. Malloy. James Stout.
Please be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in the College of Science and Technology please stand, turn and hood the person to your left, then move to the platform. The names will be called by Associate Dean Sandra DeLauder.
Kiana T. Smith. Joan O. Crutchfield. Askia Donnan. Shayna Whitworth.
Congratulations, and please be seated. Thank you.
Good morning, graduates. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration please stand? Please turn and hood the person to your left, then move to the platform. Assistant Dean, Ms. Sybil Henderson, will announce your names and Chancellor will grant you the degrees.
Judith N. Bakenya, Matisha Ratliff, Clara Benson, Asanta Checky, Ashley D. Springs, Noel S. Pittenbarger, Tara R. Phillips, Daniel G. Wartuka, Elizabeth L. Sharif, Eddie M. Prather, Jr., Atanya R. Dinkins,
Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, and Master of School Administration in the School of Education please stand? Turn and hood the person to your left. Then move to the platform. The names will be called by Dr. Diane Scott, the Associate Dean for Graduate Programs.
Miranda Leverett, Abela Orefe, Shannon Morgan, Deonshay Norfleet, Taria Green, Elias Jarrow, Eric Chaikin, Curtis Holton, Elaine Leet, Donald Evans, Rosalind Covington, Brittany Egan, Tawanda Witherspoon, Sharon Torian, Lori Brewington, Catrice Cradle, Benjamin McCallum III, Sabrina Robinson, Teresa Solomon, Chelsea Jennings, Johnny Wilkins, Tammy Hedgepeth, Bernard Zendeswitz, Pamela Hawkins, Elvellon Mason, Willistine Williams. Gail S. Coleman. Katrinka Newman. Giovanni Bejarano. Michelle Locklear. Shalita Reed. Jamila Foreman. Laura Krause. Jessica Nurse. DeQuetta Hunter. Heidi Alston. Karen Painter. Elizabeth Adams. Shakia Wilder. Patrinia Bryant. Stacy Owens Howard. Cynthia O'Neill. Nakaya Davis. Rossi Wade. Cynthia Simons.
Congratulations. You may be seated.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the Master of Information Science and Master of Library Science please stand? Turn and hood the person to your left, then move to the platform. Your names will be called by Dr. Deborah Swain.
Sorry, I missed rehearsal. Joy Noel Anderson. Tony Williams, Jr. Damian K. Forsyth. Callie Leathers Johnson. Palmer L. Smith. Michael L. Martz. Sheila D. Alston. Kimberly C. Logan. Pamela A. Wooten. Ree Go. Fumalaya Banjoko. Olutoyin Olusesi. Ashley Knox. Marcellus A. Joyner. Daniel Waruta.
Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree, the Juris Doctor degree, please stand, turn, and hood the person to your left. The names will be announced by Dr. Pauletta Bracey.
Stephanie Render. Alicia Pendergrass.
Congratulations, and please be seated.
Baccalaureate degrees will be conferred at this time, and I call upon Dr. Bernice Duffy Johnson to present our deans.
Chancellor Nams, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by the colleges and schools of North Carolina Central University and have been recommended by the faculty and Board of Trustees and certified by the registrar to be awarded the appropriate bachelor degrees. With the summa cum laude candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Social Work, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Arts degree in elementary education and middle grades education, please stand and remain standing. With the magna cum laude candidates in those same disciplines, stand and remain standing. With the cum laude candidates in those same disciplines, please stand and remain standing. Would all other candidates for the same degrees please stand and remain standing? Chancellor Nams, it is with pleasure that I present to you these candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation in their respective undergraduate academic programs.
Upon the recommendation of the undergraduate faculty of the respective schools and colleges of the university and by virtue of the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Central University and the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, I do hereby confer upon each of you the degree for which you have qualified with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations. Please be seated.
we will remember the instructions given by Chancellor Nelms at the beginning of this ceremony. Dr. Elwood Robinson, Dean, College of Behavior and Social Sciences. Dr. Mary T. Matthew, Associate Dean, College of Liberal Arts. Dr. Caesar R. Jackson, Dean, College of Science and Technology. Dr. Lorna H. Harris, Chair of the Department of Nursing. Dr. Bijoy Sahu, Dean of the School of Business. And Dean Cecilia Stepp-Jones of the School of Education will announce the candidates for undergraduate degrees in their respective college or school. Dr. Robinson.
Will the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences, and Bachelor of Social Work in the College of Behavioral and Social Sciences please move to the podium, where your names will be called by Associate Dean Laverne Reed.
Maria Watkins. Tariq Tawheed. Katina Hedden. Danielle Brent. Jamise Mangum. Amy Askew. Courtney Bryson. Rianne Welch. Telvin Dednam. Xavier Joe. Barbara Plum. Gabrielle Perez. Dominique Bynes. Jasmine Hunt. Latoya Harris. Jessica Bridges. Talithia McCain. Tremaine Bazemore. Benita Quick. Abalore Ashodi. Brandon James. Brittany Jackson. Latoya Tan. Bernita Hargett. Kristen Palmer. Amanda Alston. Kendra Perry. Crystal Hamilton. Gregory Pate. Alicia Jackson. Erica White. Aniati Afia. Mary Wright. Melanie Allstock. Priscilla Cooper, Solomon Marathi, Cassandra Wise, Anthony Corley, Shatara Purefoy, Kamisha Downey, Biza Mamo, Tiffany Chavis, Keisha Barnett, Cynthia Alston, Felicia Ray, Justin Towns, Simone Caesar, Janae Bryant, Jasmine Williams, Lakeisha Aiken, Vernay Mason, LaShonda Evans, Anna Watkins, Hamila Rashid, Ashton Farrington, Wesley Brown, Marvin Thomas, Ashley Lee, Tia Jackson, Sydney Williamson, Cheryl Parker, Brianna Bowie, Kendall House, Courtney Adams, Samaveta Garris, Stephanie Owens Parrish, Jennifer Wilson, Javita Palmer, Tracell Jones, Laverne Minor, Monique Waters, Jennifer Leak, Corey Terry, Michael Wood Jr., Audra Hickman, Erica Marable, Talitha House, Antone Totten, Levi Hinton, Tanisha Waltham, Carabeth Lane, Travis Hatch, Paula Simpson, Austin Henley, Dominique Reed, Benita Houston, Ashley Gorham, Zayas Barnett, John Williams, Galette Parker, Ashley Williams, Angela Morse, Alicia Shaw,
Latoya Holiday, Pamela Pinnock, Miranda Sistrunk, Tiffany Baskett, Jennifer Williams, Sharkita Riddick, Felicia Robinson, Kendrick Campbell, Craig Amos, Sabrina Carter, Brandon Gilbert, Darren Brothers, Charles Edwards, Hakeem Youssef, Marlon Applewhite, Horace Kennedy, Prince Thompson, Crystal Weaver, Joshana Bynum, Simonia Lay, Chantrice Alston, Nikita Williams, Letitia Hart.
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Music from the College of Liberal Arts come forward to the platform, please? Your names will be announced by Dr. Jim Pierce, Chair, Department of English and Mass Communications.
Michelle Rivas, Monietta Howell, Margaret V. Jackson, Crystal D. Crump, Michelle D. Purcell, Christopher W. Fletcher, Gary Murphy, is it Jeannie? Jeannie O. Perry, Tiffany R. Kuntz, LaShonda V. Harvey, Karen D. Bethay, Shawnrick Y. Townsend, Christina L. Delgado. Montressa D. Johnson. Desmond J. Lindsay. Tanisha L. Wilkins. Tiffany K. Chavis. Kimberly N. Thompson. Brooke M. Gibson. Marcus I. Thompson. Gregory A. Mall. Duchess S. Tab. Eric L. Johnson. Bryson R. Pope. Tori A. Pittman. Kevin Antwain Williams. Shanita D. Bagley. Kristen Gaddy. Congratulations. Lisa E. Clark. Brian D. McCaskill. Tiffany R. Holden. Edward J. Banks. Jessica M. Hernandez. Jasmine J. Jones. Carlton L. Cogdill.
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the bachelor degrees in the College of Science and Technology please stand and move forward to the platform? Your names will be called by Associate Dean Sandra Delata.
Brooke Neely. Reginald Holt. McLean Massessi. Condra Brody. Next, Shakia Todd. Linnell Bowser. Janita Isabel. Tamba Musa. Ashley Holly. Latasha Davis. Lakia Anderson. Tamonica Thomas. Danielle Sierra Robinson. Capricia Morton. Adam Spencer, Michael Cornwell, David Ngevy, Mary Bassey, Carvia Artis,
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will the candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing please move to the platform? Your name will be read by Ms. Carolyn Henderson.
Kamar P. Killen.
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will all candidates for degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Science in School of Business please move to the platform? Assistant Dean Sybil Henderson will announce your names.
Peggy L. Johnson. Kenneth K. Purcell II. Tanisha Robinson Shelton. Dion E. Bowick. Cartina Mutar. Michael J. Bush. Melanie K. Gartrell. Demetria L. Cox. Anita M. Marks. D'Angelo D. McKinnon. Kendra R. Scott. Kristen L. Mitchell. Brent L. Richardson. Shanae Brown. Shannon L. Lewis. Larry R. Thompson. Hiram B. Dancy. Ebony L. Staten. Carlos B. Harris, Michelle L. Reed, Vincent O. Bryant, Christopher L. Davis, Shanice L. Williams, Natasha N. Farrington, Catherine Henderson, Cesare T. Briggs, Tamala M. Wood, Tisha L. Tyson, Tasha R. Comer, Janicia N. Walker, Anita C. Jeter, Charles L. Baxter, Jasmine J. Neal, Tanisha S. Perry, Chiquinta I. Harrison, Carrie R. Price, Kenneth C. Wilson, Garnell D. Smith, Harvey D. Petway, Dontre J. Chambliss, Joseph B. Foley, Margaret A. Rory, Justin R. Briggs, Julian E. Price III, Daniel Woodley Jr., Chastity A. Locke, Teddy A. Spivey Jr., Andrew L. MacArthur II, William Ware Jr., Kendra J. McKnight, Travis W. Huff, Darrell J. Shoulders, Raheem A. McCoy, Wilbert H. Banks,
Please be seated.
Well, we saved the best for last. Will the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts in Elementary and Middle Grades Education please stand and move to the platform? The names will be called by Dr. Dorothy Singleton, Chairperson of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction.
Tamika L. Quick, Daryl A. Brunson, Brandon Alexander Bell, Tamara J. Moore, Lindsay D. Hall. Kathleen A. Oliva. Jasmine A. Godbold.
Congratulations. You may be seated.
Would all graduates who have received the first academic degree at this exercise please stand? Would you now symbolize this recognition by turning your tassels from the right side to the left? Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will you join me in a round warm of applause and congratulations to all of our graduates? Congratulations. Congratulations. I now call upon Ms. Tanya Butler Davids, Vice President of North Carolina Central University Alumni National Alumni Association Incorporated, in order to conduct the induction ceremony. Ms. Davids.
To Chancellor Nelms, to our dynamic speaker, Attorney Patricia Russell McLeod, platform guests, faculty and staff, graduates, alumni, family, and friends. Before we recite the alumni pledge, I just would like to share a few remarks with you. The North Carolina Central University Alumni Association offers its congratulations on achieving this milestone in your life. In years past, the association presented gifts as you crossed the stage, but this year you received your gifts on yesterday during rehearsal. And if you did not receive your gift bag, please see the Office of Alumni Relations sometime next week. We would like for you to keep in touch with us. We need your membership, and the university needs your financial support. At this time, with those who are receiving their degrees for the first time, will you please stand? Wherever you roam, always remember dear old NCC and keep in touch with the Alumni Association. The pledge can be found on page 30 of your program as we recite it together. I hereby solemnly pledge unbroken allegiance to my alma mater in appreciation for the opportunities for development afforded me as a student at North Carolina Central University. I pledge active membership in the Alumni Association wherever I may be. Through association with fellow alumni, I shall ever do my best to uphold the ideals and traditions of my alma mater. I pledge as a citizen to exemplify the high ideals thus implied, seeking truth always, rendering positive service to community, state, and nation, and so to live as ever to bring honor and respect to my alma mater. Welcome, newest alumni, to the family.
You may be seated. Before presenting you with the charge, Chancellor's charge, I'd like to call upon our choir, so we can send you out into the world with some music for your soul's sake. Choir. Thank you, choir. More than ever before, we share a common global experience. When the terrorists attacked on the other side of the world in Mumbai, India, the United States was impacted in a number of respects. Psychologically, we shared in the grief of the Indian people for the tragic loss of life, including 2 Americans. We also felt the increased anxiety about the potential for terrorism. We also felt the pain of the people there. Geopolitically, the heightened tension between India and Pakistan draws away from Pakistani attention and material support for our troops in Afghanistan. Economically, India is one of the largest markets for our American goods and technology, and Mumbai attacks brought about another downturn in Wall Street when we can least afford it. So you see, the welfare of Mumbai halfway around the world affects us here in Durham, North Carolina. That's why it's critical that you stay engaged and aware of the events of the world around you, because they do touch you. By staying informed yourselves, you can better assess whether the political candidates who represent themselves for election clearly see and understand the interconnectedness of our planet. Happily, I think I'm preaching to the converted. With all the apparent dangers and challenges facing the world, I see hope. I see hope on the horizon. Across this country, 3.4 million more young voters cast a ballot in this past election than those who voted in 2004. That's almost a 15% increase. Here in North Carolina, youth like you rose up and chose to be counted. Your participation was called unprecedented. It changed the color of this state and put the first woman in the governor's office and the first African American in the White House. Now, your challenge and my charge to you is to stay involved. We need you. The world needs you. Keep voting. Keep building homes for the homeless through Habitat for Humanity. Reduce your carbon footprint. Fight for justice and live lives marked by honor and integrity. You're only the custodian of your degree. Be worthy of our investment in you. And I leave you with the words of Langston Hughes, who said, "Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams die, life is like a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, where when dreams go, life is like a barren field frozen with snow." Congratulations to each of you. We will now have the benediction by Reverend Schultz.
Let's all raise our hands in blessing over this wonderful group of graduates. May God raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you, protect you in the palm of his hand. May God give you wisdom and courage, vision and peace, love and joy, and a sense of humor. And may God bless you in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Let the church say, amen.
Chancellor Nams, with your permission, I declare our 112th commencement exercises closed.
May I have your attention, please? It is customary at North Carolina Central University that we always sing the alma mater. We always sing the alma mater, and I'm going to ask if you will take note of the back of your program, and I'm going to ask our choir conductor if he will come and lead us in the singing of the